Hey, I'm Brent.
I'm Dave.
This is Faith Talk. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Faith Talk. Thanks for spending some time with us again. Hey, today we wanted to talk about appearances. Because, let's face it, in our day and age, we are really big into appearances. Right? As you know, ACP is...
Appearances?
Yeah. ACP is making big jumps into social media this year and started last year. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on
Snapchat.
Twitter.
We're not on Snapchat yet.
Excuse me,
That's
we're on
coming,
YouTube.
hopefully. But
We're looking at Snapchat, right? And hopefully you guys are all subscribed to us and following us on those
by the way, you both on
mediums.
camera, by the way.
Sorry.
Should we start over?
No.
Okay, distracted.
Because, hey, we're
we want to be real, so...
This is real and this is caffeine fueled.
And that's nasty. But anyway,
So,
moving on.
moving on. But you know what? We all know we all spend probably way too much time on social media, guys. All you got to do is look around. Me and my wife argue about her being on Facebook, and you know she argues how much time I spend working on Instagram and YouTube. And if you look around social media, it takes you about 2 seconds to figure out that for most people, appearance is where it's at. It's all about how they look, right? All you got to do is flip through the search on your Instagram or anything else, and I can't even.
It becomes a reality.
The number of booty shots. I'm sorry, ladies, you have so much more to offer than that. But the number of booty shots, guys, guess what? You do it too, and it's stupid then too.
We do other things than that.
It's utterly stupid, guys.
The whole picture in the
please,
mirror doing this.
Please,
You're
so
like,
you guys all know that we're gym guys. We love the gym. And I'm sorry, gym selfies are killing me. I want to throw a weight at somebody every time I see some idiot at my gym clicking a selfie and doing the whole
Okay, wait a
raise the
minute.
shirt.
Well, hold on a second.
Ab selfie.
I've done the gym selfies, but it was because I'm pushing this weight and I want to show people that I'm doing something.
Right.
Not.
But-
hey, look at my abs. Look at my big arm.
You're not the guy at the gym who walks around and like flexes
No.
in the mirrors or
I don't have time for that.
pulls his shirt up and does the ab selfie, does a few crunches and does the ab selfie.
I ain't got time. I ain't got time for
Please
that.
stop that nonsense.
I ain't got time for that.
Guys, we are so wrapped up in the way we all look that it is just utterly ridiculous. And, you know, there's pros and cons, right? Because some people are wrapped up in looking a certain way, and then other people, some of us are wrapped up in the way other people look in other ways. You know, Dave and I both ride motorcycles, and both of us have experienced walking into somewhere off our bikes, and the judgmental looks instantly when we walk in leathers off our motorcycles.
On that note, now because there are a lot of bikers out there that are not, you know, necessarily great folks, or a lot of that are.
Right.
But I'm a member of the Christian Motorcyclists Association. So on the back of my biker vest is a patch, and it's got a cross, a Bible with a cross on it, and hands clasped in prayer. And it literally says Christian Motorcyclists Association. On the front of my vest has an American flag and the CMA patch over here. So and I've got other things like, you know, Christian biker or whatever. And it's like you can.
Mine's a little more fair. I have a giant back patch of a skull with the American flag on it. So, you know, Judge was a little more understandable for me.
But it's funny because people will look and they'll go, "Oh my goodness, he's like a big bad biker person. he's going to rob us." I'm like, I'm a youth minister. What's your deal? And then the second you take for example, I was in a church once where I was visiting, and people knew who I was, but I had a polo shirt, jeans, boots, and my biker vest on with chains going around the middle. And they just looked at me funny until I took the vest off. And I was like, "Oh, hi, Dave." Like, what just happened? But
when I was a youth minister, my kids thought it was just cool that the youth minister rode a motorcycle.
Well, yeah, my kids do too. But they're like, "Hey, that's pretty cool. He rides a Harley. I wish it was a dirt bike." But he's probably one of those. But even from that, there's that snap judgment people will make based on somebody's appearance. I had a job that I applied for once, and I went to the job interview and I dressed up appropriately. have the shirt and tie on, slacks on. I look pretty good, at least in my own opinion. And it was for a team I was already working for, and I didn't get hired for that particular job. And I walked into the boss's office, who's still my boss. I was a contractor, he was a full-timer where we were working. And I was pretty angry about it, and it said, "Sir, why not? I'm the oldest operation person here. I've been here the longest. I've been here since day zero. Blah blah blah. The guy knows nothing compared to what I know." I was nicer than that, and he says, "You don't look the part. You don't look the part." You can take this into like the people at the gym. You know, there's folks who go to the gym who they're not there for health reasons. Necessarily, they're there because somebody called them fat, or somebody called them ugly, or somebody called them this, and it tears at your spirit. At least in my experience, it tears at your spirit when you're wrapping so much energy into what you look like that that's what you get concerned about. That's what and I'm speaking from experience too. I still do it. You're so much wrapped up in what you look like, and that everything else, you begin to believe the lie that you're ugly, that you're worthless, that you're ridiculous, whatever. And yeah, as we can all attest to, we are created in God's image. There's nothing wrong with bettering ourselves. There's nothing wrong with getting smaller or getting healthier.
You got a verse for this one?
I'm off the top of my head. Do you?
Well, it was Samuel something, right?
Oh, Samuel. Yes, I do.
We can summarize the story.
I have that one.
I'll tell the story while he looks it up.
Okay, I have it. You go ahead.
Oh, you have it up? Go for it.
Samuel 16:7. This is actually the theme for Leadership Training for Christ Northwest this year. Side note, if you've not signed up for LTC, it's really good stuff. It's going to be, the conference is going to be in Richland, Washington on the 20th through the 22nd of this year. And it's really good. It's really good training for leadership in the church. But Samuel 16:7, it says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart."
Let me backpedal this real quick. So, if you're not familiar with this scripture, I recognized it right off when Dave and I started talking about this. This is when they're selecting David to be king, right?
People want a king.
And Saul has fallen out of favor with God, and so he sends the prophet to go anoint the new king. Mm-hmm. And he gets out there, and David's dad lines up all the boys, and we all know David had a lot of brothers, and he lines them up, and the prophet's going down the line looking at these, strong, powerful young men, and going, surely this must be him. And this is God going, no, I've rejected him. Don't look at what he looks like, for I see more than that. Mm-hmm. This is not the person. But, the prophet's looking at it going, well, look at this must be him. He's young, strapping, strong, good, powerful, because Saul was a big dude. So, I'm sure the prophet was thinking, someone who's going to oppose Saul has got to be a pretty... Nope, David was a small fry, all right? David was the youngest. He was the shrimp, he was the run of the litter, whatever you want to call him. David was the little guy that all the brothers picked on, okay? God was not concerned with the outside appearance at this point. And that's what he was trying to convey to his prophet at this point was, it's not about what they look like. It's about what I see, which is their heart. Guys, it is so easy to get lost on looks. Who's pretty? Who's attractive? Are you skinny enough? Are you tall enough? Are you
hairy enough?
Do you have too much hair? Do you have too little hair? Are you too fat? Are you too thin? Are you too tall? Are you too short? It is so easy to get tied up in the way people look. And in this day and age, man, we look at movies, look at TV.
Look at social media. Like
look at social media. It's everywhere. Everybody is obsessed with the outside. But guess what? The outside dies, guys.
And it dies sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly.
Yeah, the outside, guess what? It turns to dust. One day, you're going to make a really pretty skeleton. Well, just the facts of life, folks.
And we get you look at social media, we get so focused on our looks that, I've seen people put so much effort into what their social media profile picture looks like. I've snapped pictures at youth rallies or whatever, and you get these kids and adults, we all do it, that are like, no picture of me, no. Well,
And then you have the selfie queens everywhere.
okay, no,
Guys and girls alike.
Yeah, let's say it appropriately because it's both.
Excuse me.
And there are selfie kings and there are selfie queens. And I will say this from a technology standpoint, because this is better for our paying jobs. This is where we both work in, along with Zeke. Is technology has not helped in that. Take a look at the some of the Google, like the Google Pixel, where it says you say take a selfie, take a selfie, take a selfie, and you can talk to the phone and tell it to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's really not helping the idea. We see every year the gym that I go to. Every year they have a community slim down. It used to be there's something else they called it before, and I forget what it was. But it's this idea of generating health, better health in the Wenatchee Valley where I live. And the original competition they did, and like I said, I forgot the name of it. They actually had you take off your shirt, and if you were a lady, you had to wear like a sports bra or something. But you literally took off your shirt and wore shorts, and they would take a picture of that. If you were a guy, you just pull your shirt off, and they would take a picture of that. And if you went to the gym, they'd post it on the wall so you could see what you look like at the start of the event. But everybody else saw that too. So there could have been some, and I've heard of stories of there being this. Oh my gosh, you still look like that? Oh my goodness! If you won the local competition, they would plaster your image before and after all over the valley, like everywhere. You see these pictures of a girl wearing minimal clothing and a guy wearing minimal
They
clothing.
do it on bodybuilding.com too.
Drives me nuts. But it's like people put so much effort into what they look like when they walk out the door, and there's nothing wrong with putting on your best. But if that's your focus, that's a problem. If that's your focus of what you judge others by, that's a problem. Samuel could have easily tried to pick one of the other guys, but the Lord said, no, this is not who I picked. Don't consider the rest of that stuff. And from what I see, we should equally not consider that stuff when we're talking to somebody. And does it get difficult? Absolutely. You're how tall are you? 6 foot?
Yeah.
I'm 5'10", 5'9", something like that. And we're pretty, broad-shouldered individuals. We walk into a store with our biker gear on. It's a little bit different than when my dad walks into a store with a biker gear on. My dad's 125 pounds soaking wet. I probably weigh more than him with just that arm. And because we have a stature to us. We walk in with all the biker stuff on. People are like, but you talk to us, and you'll find out we're completely different people on that.
I will never forget the last ride we went on. Dave and I were sitting in the gas station. We just filled up the bikes. We're getting ready to go out for a ride.
Wait, when was this? Last year?
And yeah.
Okay.
And this lady, she had to be 80 some odd years old, walks up to these
I
two
remember this.
hulking
I
bikers in
remember
leathers. We're about to swing our legs over the bikes, get on. Lady walks up right behind Dave and goes, "Hey young man, I have a question for you." And both of us spun around automatically as, "Yes ma'am."
Yeah, I'm like,
Just
man.
because that's the way we were raised. But totally fearless. This woman did not see scary bikers. She saw
No.
two guys on motorcycles. And she had a question because her
What she
nephew was curious about a trike permit.
Yeah, she asked something about that.
Yeah, her nephew was looking for a trike
But
permit.
that was the coolest thing ever because she actually talked to us instead of
But-
be like, oh
yeah.
my gosh, that's scary.
It was incredible. Now, there were a couple onlookers who were terrified for her.
Oh my
I-
goodness, they're gonna like tell her about Jesus.
I was trying not to laugh because I could see a couple people who were witnessing this whole thing, and she walked up. And it's like, what, are we going to eat her or something? I mean,
No, we're gonna
it's
probably
this
tell her about.
nice little lady, and she
Well, it
was
was-
not hung up on how we looked.
But it was funny that
And it was cool.
it was
because
funny
she
that
saw people.
she came up and tapped us that quickly, and everybody else was like freaking out about it.
Yeah.
But see the person first,
Guys,
and you see the person first. Do what Jesus did. See the person first.
the New Testament and the Old Testament is full of stories where Jesus sees people. He doesn't see...
Well, the New Testament's full of stories about Jesus.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Bible is full of stories,
There you
period,
go.
where
God sees
people are seen.
Yep.
Not how they looked, not their stature, not their station, not their place in the world, not their profession, or I
How
mean,
much money they got, whatever.
right? Jesus saw the woman caught in adultery
And saw her.
and saw her. He didn't see
Oh my
a
goodness, you're caught in
horrible,
adultery. I
wretched
can't talk
woman.
to you.
He saw a sinner in pain in an uncomfortable situation, and his heart went out to her. It was obvious, guys. It doesn't say that. But seriously, take a look at that story and tell me I'm wrong about that one.
There's a song. Oh, sorry. Continue your thought.
But the Bible makes it really clear. God sees what's in your heart. So instead of being so serious about your profile picture, and don't get hung up on the way people look. Get hung up on being beautiful inside, guys.
And we are not saying that there's something wrong with going to the gym, eating right, being healthy. None of that. We're not
No,
saying any of that.
There's nothing wrong with being attractive. There's nothing wrong with not being as attractive as some other people think you are. Did that even come right? It doesn't matter how you look, guys. That's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter how you look. Yeah, we want you to be healthy. We want you to make good choices in your life. But guess what? In the end, I just watched Coco the other day with
I
my
haven't seen that. I
kids.
haven't seen that yet.
In the end, guys, we're all a bunch of rotting corpses. Okay, it's the
Well, our bodies are
Our
pretty
body is going to go. That is one of the greatest things my mom did for me when I was a kid. Is we had someone at our church, actually it was a family member, pass away. And my mom took me down in the coffin. I was like 5,
Oh, wow.
and put my hand on the body of the person who had passed away.
Yeah, I had that happen once.
And my mom said, "You see that they're cold? It's because the person we love went to be in heaven with God.
Mm-hmm.
The person that we love is with God now.
Mm-hmm.
The person we love is not in this body. This body is just a body.
Right.
And once we die, the part that we love, the part that makes them the people we love, that part goes on to be with God.
Right.
This body stays behind because it can't go there.
Right.
Guys, in the end, it's a race to be the prettiest corpse, but the part that matters, work on making that beautiful."
Absolutely. I'm Dave.
I'm Brent.
This is another Faith Talk.
See you guys soon.
Peace.
Computer, kill the lights.
A few things shared.
Darn it! That would have been a cool exit.
Hey, Google, turn off the lights.
Too late.
Sorry, I didn't find Alexa. Hey Google.